Hey everyone. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? I am here to talk to you about nothing. The last few videos I've had a topic, and I think those videos have been kind of shitty. Although I did have like the highest performing video recently in terms of retention was one of the videos I just said sucked. But anyway, I want to focus on authenticity today. Um, if I just speak for my authenticity, what do I want to talk about? Well, I think the most obvious thing for me is that I am currently closing a chapter of my life. The past 6 months have dedicated exclusively to inner work, therapy, meditation, courses, all kinds of courses, whatever, you name it. I've been fucking doing it, except for anything involving drugs. I haven't done that shit. I mean, there are a lot of things I haven't done, but long story short, I've been cooking myself for the past 6 months, and with the intention, mind you, of like finding an alignment in my life and getting to where I wanted to go. But the problem is that when you do that much inner work, you end up constantly being dysregulated, and it never really fully gets a chance to land and integrate. So I was on a fool's errand. I was doing the inner work so that eventually I would know what I want to do next. And it turns out that, first of all, it was very helpful, but I'm never gonna know what to do next if I'm constantly dysregulated. So I'm getting pretty fucking bored of my life. The past 6 months has been pretty repetitive, and it's time for a change. So I'm shifting gears into more of a doing mode, more of an external life maxer mode. I think a part of that has to do with this channel, like making these videos has been exposing my gaps, been exposing like what I really am like. I mean, not really what I'm really like, but it's just been making me reflect on my shortcomings and like my lack of authority on things. So I've started up a new container. I'm gonna be getting back into the marketing game. I'm going to be doing more business oriented stuff. And I'm going to be cutting down my inner workload by probably 80 to 90% for the foreseeable future. I've already cut it down by a large amount in the past 3 days. And I can feel myself like really returning to actually a baseline that's above my previous baseline. Like I actually feel better than I used to feel, which is a good sign. The bad news is I'm currently taking an extremely intense decision making course, so I'm going to be in that for the next few weeks. But I am cutting down my therapy time and going to prioritize the integration, just gradually transition into being more of an active person. Um, One thing I'd like to address is like the way this channel is affecting my self esteem. I think it's like my camera setup and the way I just show up randomly with no production or lighting or whatever, it kind of makes me feel pretty fucking bad about myself. Like I just don't look very good. I'm not speaking in a way that feels very good or knowledgeably about things. So I have to find a new way to make these kinds of videos, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And I want to honor my commitment of uploading a video a day for the next 2 more weeks because I said I would do a month of videos. And that does run counter to one of my ideas that like I don't want to just stick to a fucking like I said I would do this thing, so I'm gonna fucking do it. But in this case, I feel good about it. Like I'm learning genuinely a lot and getting in the habit of speaking on camera, getting in the habit of doing these little iterations. Like it's been a learning journey, and I want to do it. I want to keep doing it even though it's getting a little tough to sustain, because like I'm realizing how shitty I am at making these videos, and how much there is to learn. It's been, quite difficult. I, I think what I want to talk about is authenticity. Um, I mean, do I really want to talk about that? Let's just see what comes up. Yeah, authenticity is fine. It's like, what really is authenticity? I think it's like letting go of your defenses and being what you really are, and letting that express itself. And yeah, like if I'm more authentic right now, I'm just getting in touch with the thing that, what I really can think about is like, what is the part of me that's always been here? What's the part of me that's never changed? And just be that. And what is that like? It's something that you can actually do yourself right now. Get in touch with the part of yourself that has never changed. It's always been there. Your visual field has changed, your body has changed, your voice has changed, your knowledge has changed, your identity has changed. But think about, there's something in there that has always been there and it's never changed. And that's your authenticity. If I let it speak, I mean, it just gets pretty weird, pretty fast. And I think that's the whole point of making these videos, is to really find out like what I have to say, instead of coming in with a pre-arranged idea of what I'm going to say. It should be more of a discovery process. Like, what's the point of me coming on here and acting like I already know what I'm doing? There's no point. And except as an experiment. And if it's an experiment, then like I'm putting on an act that I know what I'm talking about. But because it's an experiment, I'm acknowledging that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think some pretty interesting stuff has been happening, like as I've been slowing down and changing gears in my life. My relationships are changing substantially because there are all of these things that I've discovered. And then I get into a conversation with someone and I'm right back to where I was 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Like nothing happened. Like I've never changed at all. And when I do that, when I talk to people, it makes me feel like I haven't changed one bit. But what's been happening like today and yesterday is being able to have the space to really be with, like, what is it that hurts with the way I'm being here? What is it that hurts about the way I'm showing up? And I've genuinely noticed that vulnerability seems to be the most powerful change agent that I've employed in those situations. In the relationships that I employ that with, it's like becoming sensitive to the possibility of what the relationship can be, instead of carrying out the pattern of what it's always been. What is the possibility here? What could this relationship be? Like, let me do that right now with you guys. Yeah, it hurts to pretend like I know things. Or to get attached to the idea that I know things. And it also hurts to put on a show that I don't know anything. It hurts to put on a show that I really don't deserve to be making any kind of content to have anybody following me. And yeah, I don't deserve it. But I have a right to do it. I have a right to try to deserve it. At the end of the day, any proof of authority is derived from someone else's imagination or your own imagination. If I get my source of authority from a college, that's still somebody imagining that I have the right to speak on it. What's the cutoff where I'm allowed to speak with authority on something? It's like the ship of Theseus. At what point does the ship change into another ship? You can't really pinpoint it. At what point do you change from having authority, from not having authority to having authority? Well, I have to say, this last few minutes I've enjoyed more than the past 10 videos we combined. So, this was a good experiment today. If you have any advice on making these videos look better, please post in the comments. And also criticize me. I mean, give me constructive feedback if you want. All right, thank you.